Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be dissertating and talking about the ruler of the 8th house, posited in the 8th house in the natal horoscope. Well, as most of you know, the 8th house is connected with sex, death, astrology, the occult, transformation, regeneration, even upheavals. And when someone has this placement, obviously all these things are really strongly emphasized because you're getting kind of a double whammy of the 8th house with this. All the things I mentioned, there might be more strong emphasis on and reinforced. Astrological interest might lead to further study. Somebody that just for instance might want to learn astrology, for the fundamentals gives that person incentive to go further. Others' resources, obviously, they can play a strong role in the sexual relationship. The sexual relationship is something where it can be very transforming. Person might feel compelled to transform on 8th house matters, which is connected with with sex, astrology, the occult, and an inheritance might impact this person's life very strongly. If there's an exorbitant amount of money inherited, then this person might feel an immense benefit from it. But if the opposite happens and this person doesn't maybe inherit the amount that he or she anticipates, it could obviously have an effect to the detriment of this person. Obviously, there may be a strong need to control, manipulate others' resources. This person might be someone that is kind of like the control person as far as like a will, the executor of a deed, for example. Some other things, with this, placement, this person might experience a number of upheavals and changes that are associated, connected with sex, death, such as maybe, such as fluctuations connected with a sexual partner, like such as an on and off, relationship with someone, or something of that nature. Sexual partner that might be kind of somewhat fickle, and consequently maybe this person may not have the steady relationship with him or her. It could be something where this person might have a number of sexual partners before finding the right one to have a protracted or prolonged relationship with. With this placement, strongly compared to a lot of the other house placements, or house ruler placements, I should say, is where sex could obviously figure strongly, if not paramount, in the relationship, if in a sexual relationship that this person has. This could be a person that, as we could say, death, obviously could be something that figures, it's a strong interest for someone. They might view, sexual matters as kind of a life and death kind of matter, be very extreme in this area, not one for superficial sexual flings. It seemed to me, based on this position, that people would more desire more intense sexual relationship, as opposed to something that just for just like a one night stand, for example. There might be much intensity put into matters that are connected with sex, death, astrology, taxes, inheritances. Taxes, owed might, affect a sexual relationship. Perhaps due to the fact that this person owes a lot of money in taxes. Might weaken the sexual relationship to some degree if this person is not, say, able to, be able to keep up his or her own end, say, of, like a payment on a house, for example, due to this. So, or if this person receives a lot, of money back in taxes, or has little or no liability, obviously there's more money, and, it could enhance, the sexual relationship. Well, anyway, people, that will conclude this YouTube astrological segment for the ruler of the 8th house posited in the 8th house in the natal horoscope. Stay tuned next time, where I'll be dissertating and talking about the ruler of the 8th house in the 9th house in the natal chart. Two things I want to get with you on before I head out. Firstly, the stars may impel, but do not compel. And secondly, never isolate any single astrological element, aspect, planetary placement, position, configuration, influence, or what have you, and make an analysis on a person, astrologically speaking, based on this alone, because a person astrologically is the sum of all their components in their natal chart, and not just one. Until next time, people, stay well.